Otto set his sights high with In Harm's Way. It was based on a novel about naval operations in the Pacific during the early days of World War II.
He needed the cooperation of the Navy. He needed a destroyer and he needed a cruiser, and he wanted them out at sea, you know. And so we had this meeting in Washington in the Pentagon with about 8 admirals of various rank up or down. And they had read the script, and they wanted Otto to make certain changes. And he told them, he said, if you won't give me what I want, I'm prepared to hire the Brazilian Navy. He said, they will give me a cruiser that was built in the United States, and they will give me a destroyer that was built in the United States, and I won't need you at all. And well, there was a dead silence around the table. And the next day they called and they said, we'll give you what you want.
He put me in a film when I was up for the Oscar in HUD. And I think Otto must have thought I would win because he signed me up for In Harm's Way. It was fun, really, because he was, I worked with John Wayne. I'd worked with John Wayne once before, and then I worked with him in Otto's film. And we got along fabulously when working with Otto as a director. He was beautiful to me, and as I told you, I mean, very generous and beautiful, heavenly to who he considers his stars to be. But I know that Tom Tryon, he had a very rough time. Otto was really horrible to him. I hate to see him shout at other people. I hate to see him torture other people. I mean, it's so humiliating to an actor to see another actor being really tortured, you know?
There had never, up until that time, been a 4-letter word on this, coming from the screen. And again, I must say, I'm not sure that this was good, but at least it was real. And it was during the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And on the ship, on a destroyer, the captain was not present. And the young officer had to take charge of the ship and get it underway. And someone said, we can't do it without the captain, and this young man shouted, screw the captain. That was the first time it ever happened on the screen, and Otto fought for that, and it was there.
Hi, sir. Can you take us out? You call it, Mr. McConnell.
Mac, you gotta wait for the captain.
Screw the captain.
I had a scene with John in his apartment or something. And he was seducing me, and I took off my shoes, and Otto thought that was great. And it's still in the film.
Commander Powell.
Just a moment. Where you, Powell?
Commander Powell speaking.
Egan, Rock. Can you bunk out tonight?
I can manage, Rock.
Thanks, Egan. Maggie?
Yes, Rock.
In Harm's Way is an interesting picture, which is not much talked about, but it's again a very, very interesting vision of war and shows how it completely makes almost everybody crazy. It either kills or maims or destroys in other ways.
It wasn't just me. I mean, I'm notorious. My case with Preminger is a notorious case. The stories about how they had to tie my hands down to the furniture and blah, blah, blah. But we are legion.
The man was a volcano of creative talent who didn't hesitate to do with actors what the sculptor does with stone. You know, what he saw and what he wanted, he was determined to get. even at the expense of your comfort, your health, or whatever.
To me, the greatest achievement of a director would be anonymity. If the hand that directs all important elements of the film could be so light, so subtle, that it would not be noticed, this I would consider the triumph of direction.